What's going on, y'all? Welcome back to the OUTLIERS podcast, brought to you by the OUTLIERS Creative Agency. My name is Nico D. Today we have a special guest, Cartoon. I think he just pulled up, so we're gonna let him in.
What's up, brother?
What's up, my guy? How you doing, bro?
Thank you for having me.
Good.
Doing good.
Hell yeah. Well, come with us. Let's get this podcast started.
Let's do this, man.
All these codes, man. Security.
Yeah, that's good.
What's good, bro? What's up, man?
What's up,
Cartoon?
brother? Cartoon, brother.
Nice to finally meet you, dog.
Thank you for having me, bro.
Of course.
Appreciate it. Excited for this.
Hell yeah. Start off with a little, a little something familiar. Cartoon. What I say goes.
You know what? You ain't even gotta ask when I've been up on most. I want it, I'ma get it, that's the way that go. You ain't gotta ask around when it's out of control. I want it, I'ma get it, that's the way that go. You ain't even gotta
This is very West Coast.
Super
You know?
classic. You ain't gotta ask around when it's out of control. I want it, I'ma get it, that's the way that go. I'ma keep
What's going on, y'all? Welcome to the OUTLIERS podcast, brought to you by the OUTLIERS Creative Agency. My name is Nico D,
And my name is Color Code.
and our special guest today, someone that we've been trying to get on this show. We're happy to get on this show. Name is Cartoon. Everyone give it up for Cartoon, man.
Yeah.
Thank you for being here.
Much love. Thank you guys for having me.
Awesome. Well, man, it's great
Pleasure.
to have you on, man. It's a pleasure to have you on. AP, shout out to AP. She's the one.
She's a real one.
Who's been, kind of chopping it up with
Yeah.
you and everything.
Absolutely.
Behind the camera, shout out AP.
And she's only told us nothing but great things about you, honestly. But yeah, we have some, things first to get, kind of kick-started here. For the fans at home, everyone watching, tell us a little bit about yourself, where you're from,
Okay.
what kind of creative you are, as well as, kind of just, what makes you you,
Okay. Well, I'm from Texas originally, and a lot of people trip out on that because, they hear the songs and they're like, this dude's like straight West Coast.
I was going to say, this song is super West Coast,
Yeah.
bro.
What part
Yeah.
of Texas?
I'm from, it's 5 hours south of San Antonio. It's called
Okay.
the Valley.
Okay.
So it's like south tip. You can't get any like southern than that. It's like very tip of Texas. So
Yeah.
I grew up on Texas, and I had been doing music for a minute, but it was nothing serious. I mean, I got influences from the West Coast, from the East Coast. I love music from everywhere. But it wasn't until I joined the military at 18 that it brought me to California. And then when I got here, I started seeing the music scene, and then that's when it became a huge influence into what I do now.
Yeah.
Which is what brought now like the West Coast flavor here.
Hell yeah.
Where was your base?
Camp Pendleton, California.
Okay,
That's
yeah,
where
yeah.
I'm still at right now. Yeah.
Okay, yeah. How is it being in the military as well as making music? Because it's I don't want to say controversial, but
Okay.
like it's two different
yeah.
spectrums of life.
Oh yeah, man. I'm gonna tell you right now, like from the beginning, there is a lot of like bounce back from the military. I mean, but not to say that like they tell you to stop making music. It's you just gotta watch out what you're saying, right? But in my mind, what I think about it, like if I were to be like placed like in between a jury, like let's say of like military people, you know what I mean? My I guess my rebuttal to that would be I write what I saw growing up. I write what my life was about. I write what a lot of people grew through.
Went
You know what I
through,
mean?
yeah.
So I'm like the voice of the people. You know what I mean? At least for my people. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, for sure. And then so you're from Texas. What is the difference? Because obviously you're in California now. You're stationed there, but what would be the biggest differences that you've noticed in terms of being back home and being here in California?
Oh man, I think it's a pride in our culture, man. And I'm not taking away from Texas. You
Nah,
know
it's
what I mean?
okay, yeah.
Not at all. I love where I'm from. I'll never forget where I'm from. But
Of course not.
yeah, here we identify, the whole Chicano culture, Latino culture, the Mexican culture, Mexicanos, right here we are like one, you know what I'm saying? And it wasn't until I got to California that's when like I saw like the love of like, who we truly are as, Hispanos, Mexicanos, wherever you're from. Because
Yeah.
in Texas, we got a lot of Latino immigrants, Mexican immigrants that move over. So they're, first generation Mexican American. So they're still trying to find their way, you know what I'm saying? So there is a huge difference. But I think that's why California has like, you know, a place in my heart, man. I love this place.
Hey, man, you're you know, with you being here, you know, so long, after, you know, so much time, you become an honorary Californian. You know what I mean? And it's like
Absolutely.
you kind of just grow on the culture. You right, you know what you're saying, like. Because, you know, if you're in, like, L.A. or if in, you know, like, up north in, like, San Francisco or wherever, you know, I feel like you kind of, like, all of our places have adopted all these different cultures and these different people. You know, like, there's just places for you to, like, fulfill and, you know, for you to be, like, vibrant and for you to, like,
Open
succeed.
up
In,
and,
you know? And I think that that's, like, the one thing that I love. Like, we're both born and raised in California.
Okay.
But I think that that's something that is a little bit different with California versus other places. Is just, like, the diversity.
Yeah.
100%.
You know, and, like, there's so many different cultures and different people here that it's a beautiful thing, because you can run into someone who's from, like, West Africa, and then next block's someone who's from, you know, Colorado, California, or Colorado, you know, and then you can come from someone who's, you know, from Puerto Rico or whatever. You know what I mean? Like, you could really run into anybody.
Absolutely.
And then at the, you know, at the last stop, you got some Canadian guy, and, you know, that's, like, really cool. And, you know, but yeah, man, I think that that's one thing that we appreciate being Californians and being from here is, you know, just all the cultures, man, because you get to soak in everything, you get to experience everything.
Different cultures.
Exactly. You know, you can go, like, to, you know, out here, like, Chinatown in the city or Japantown, or you can go, you know, to East Los out here and get some, you know, fire-ass Mexican food.
You know that shit.
You know, like, you can go to different places.
Yeah,
you just kind of, you know, make it shake and, you know, have a good time. You know, but yeah, man, with you growing up here, with you growing up in Texas and, you know, being out here, you know, obviously you've been into two different places, but what do you think has affected you in your life to kind of, you know, make you who you are today as an artist, and kind of, like, you know, the stuff that you produce?
Okay, so I mean, I moved to Cali when I was 18, so, you know, I was still a young adult trying to figure out who I was, you know what I mean? So within the music, even, like, within, like, growing up, you know what I mean? Because I got married at a young age, man. I got married when I was 18. So, like, I had to learn, like, on the go, you know what I mean? So I moved, you know, I brought my wife from Texas to California, and I was like, we got to figure this on our own, you know what I'm saying? Like, we got bills to pay, you know what I mean?
We were just talking about that actually last night, and how, like, you're never ready to start a family or, like, to have kids or get married. Like, it happens, and when it happens, it's like you figure out a way to make it work.
You make it
happen. Know? Sorry to interrupt, but go ahead.
You're good, man. So, you know, I had to learn on the go, so I think, like, moving here, like, it definitely, like, showed me who I was as a man, you know what I mean? Now I'm 29 years old, so that was, you know.
It for sure puts you out of your comfort zone, and
100%.
then, like, the moves you make are just off
huge,
instinct, and, like, you know, what you think is right. So
I mean, even, like, financially, you know what I mean? I remember moving here, and, like, I was living paycheck to paycheck, bro.
Man.
dude.
And I was like, I guess we're eating ramen again, you know what I mean?
Ramen and hot dogs, ramen with an egg in there. You know
I guess we're doing it, you know. But, you know what I mean? At the end of the day, it made me who I am today, you know. Of
course.
Growing up in Cali, that's why I say Cali has a special place in my heart, because, you know, I moved here when I was a kid. You know, I learned to be a man here, you know what I mean? And then on top of that, the music was just different. That's when I learned, like, I started dipping my feet into different, like you said, different, like, cultures, you know. Oh, this guy's doing Chicano rap, this guy's doing rap, I like the trap, you know. So then I grabbed all these things, I put them in my bowl, and I made my own flavor, you know what I'm saying?
And that's what it's all about.
I love
you know?
that. I love that.
Thank you, bro.
I think part of, you know, like, a big part about it being a creative is you get to mold however you are and whatever you grew up with and what you know and how your family is and your friends, and, you know, it all molds you into the person that you are. And especially, like, it is a little bit different being a creative, because there's different juices flowing and different stuff happening. So it's like, man, it's crazy to kind of have, you know, that broad spectrum of what made you, because it makes it just that much different, you know, from other people in the space, you know.
Absolutely,
and I think that's a great thing. But yeah, man, I mean, you know, it's great having you in today. You know, hopefully, again, I know LA traffic, right when at home.
Oh, God.
It's not a joke.
It's horrible. Horrible.
LA traffic is one of the worst places.
Distance in miles means nothing. Being an Angelino, distance means nothing.
You know, like a 10-minute drive could really be.
It's
30
about
minutes,
the duration of your drive.
It's horrible. I feel like, you know, like, Maps plays like a conspiracy thing where it's like, just like, oh, take this route, I'm gonna save you time, and then, like, 5 minutes later, it just doubles the time. You're like,
man,
what the hell just happened?
You just never know. especially out here, because like out here, you know, like this kind of leads into what we're talking about later, but out here, bro, people do not follow like street signs, like you know, like for example, right, like for when you're driving and everything, like do you stop on a yellow or do you go through a yellow?
I'm not gonna lie to you, like I just run through that.
but that's a California thing, though.
Yeah, for
like
sure.
that's a California thing, especially down here. Like everyone, like if you're, for example, we talked about it a little bit earlier with one of our guests, but if you're not going 80 miles an hour in the left lane, you got to get out that left lane.
Get out, move to the right.
You know, like you gotta push it over. If you're going 65 anywhere from the left center lanes to the left lane, I'm sorry, you're in the wrong lane.
You wrong.
You're gonna get someone hurt. Like
Yeah,
you need to move. You know,
absolutely.
And I think that plays on, you know, kind of how it is out here. Everyone is like out to get something. Everyone's on a move.
Yeah.
So you gotta
It's a
be
fast
somewhere.
life.
You know, like
exactly. It is a very fast life. You have to give yourself time to get to wherever it is you're going.
Absolutely.
Yeah, man. And you know, it's again that California lifestyle. You know, people
On the go, for
people
sure.
move here
On the go.
and they don't quite understand that.
Yeah.
You know, even like in San Francisco, it's the same way. It's like it's not as much into entertainment as it is down here, but upstairs is all business related.
Yeah.
You know, so like downtown, you could be stuck in traffic for an hour, like trying to get home or trying to get into work or, you know, whatever the case may be. But at the same time, it's like, for me personally, that's all I've ever been raised around. So I understand busyness is like, that's normal. Like this is part of life.
It's the norm, yeah.
You know, like we're just trying to get somewhere.
adjusted,
You know,
yeah.
we got shit to do. Like we got business, you know, decisions to
absolutely.
make, you know. But yeah, would you say that you adopted, you know, those kind of vibes or like, you know, the very businessy aspect of California, would you say?
Oh yeah, absolutely, man. So I mean, I think the military plays a big part because timing is like everything. You know what I mean? So, like even looking at the map, like, you know, obviously, like you guys weren't gonna like, you know, yell at me when I get here. You know what I mean? But in the back of my head, I'm like,
you're
what
on-
the?
bro.
Like I need
Like,
to
I'm
go,
trying.
bro. Like
You're
move
on-
to the right. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's funny. We were talking about that prior, and it's like AP is like, yeah, like y'all rappers be on rapper time, and I'm like, what you talking about?
Horrible. It's horrible. No, it really. It's such a bad stigma, but it's so true. You know what I mean?
Like, unfortunately, like, bro, even today we were supposed to start at 11. We didn't show till like 11:20, 11:30. Like, you know, like, and it's not like we didn't purposefully try to do it. We were
just
trying to be on
happens.
time. It
Yeah.
just happens.
It just
you know,
happens.
like, and it's not again like where you're talking to, you know, a whole bunch of artists and creatives. So it's like not, we don't take it personally.
Yeah.
You know, it is what it is. You know, but we just try to, you know, kind of figure it out and kind of get our
100%,
shit
yeah,
handled.
man.
You know. But yeah, man, as an artist, like I've listened to a lot of your music. It's very intellectual. It's very, you know, like the topics are where it needs to be. It's not just mumble rap. It's not just, you know, no offense to mumble rap, but it's not just music for the sound. It's music for, you know, for your brain to kind of think about shit.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know, and with that being said, you know, what is there to kind of look forward to for you as an artist, or like what are some goals for you that this year that you want to kind of accomplish there?
So I established my LLC for Hood Figaz last year. So
Let's go. Congratulations.
Yeah, thank you, bro. Appreciate it. So I guess this year for me was I mean I've been dropping tapes back to back. You know, I drop singles like every month. So I signed 2 people to the label. My homie Old True and a homie called Hala at Chiguala. He's from Florida.
Okay.
So in my head, I said, I'm going to focus my time and energy on them, building them up as artists, you know, so that way they understand, you know, how the game works. Because that's one of the things that people don't tell you. This game is fucking grimy, man. Like, this game is grimy.
Like, you just get thrown into it with no guidance or no knowledge.
There's no rules.
Yeah.
You know, like we were talking
like
about
there's no rules, but there are effective ways to go about it.
100%
And the only way that you can know that is if you tap in with people that have that experience.
And downfalls, too. You know what I mean? I learned the hard way, you know, coming up as an artist. I mean, I was done wrong, you know, in the beginning. So I learned that, and I put those tools in my pocket, and I said, you know, when I established myself, that's where Hood Figaz came from. You know what I mean? I was like, you know what? I'm going to do my own thing, man. I'm tired of being, you know, dealing with the middleman. I'm tired of, like, you know, talking to this person. Can I get permission to release this?
Yeah.
I'm going to do my own thing,
approval,
bro.
you know,
No more, man. You know what I mean? I'm going to build my artists. I'm going to build them the right way. Because at the end of the day, if it doesn't work out for me, it's going to work out for somebody else. Because I engineer too, you know what I mean? So at the end of the day, like, that's what I'm pushing for, you know, not so much keeping that selfishness and like those tools to myself. But if I can make somebody else successful, I'm going to do that.
Yeah.
And if
dude,
they're along the way, I'm going to
See,
take them with me.
And I think that's a cultural difference. like in terms of just like there's like all these different cultures, right? And you have like American culture is very selfish, and it's very like me.
Yeah.
But like when you talk to people who have been raised from, you know, like first generations, or like, you know, they've even like people who've been born like in other places and everything, it's like I feel like, and like again, this is just a personal experience, but I feel like a lot of people who come and have been raised from people from around the world, you just have a different sense of like family and communication. And like for example, for us, like we're cousins, right? We're cousins, and it's always been taught to us, even like through our family, through our parents, everything, that like at the very bottom line, like you take care of the people you care about.
Yeah.
You know, like you're gonna do whatever it is. Like if he were to call me and he needs something, like I'm gonna pick up. It's 2 a.m. Like it's fine. I'm gonna pick up the phone, and whatever it is that I can do for you, I'm gonna help you out. Same like, and it doesn't have to be emergencies only. You know, like it could be just music opportunities. It could be business opportunities. It could be even just like,
it could even just be just listening and having an ear.
Exactly.
For whatever it is.
Know?
Yeah, man. Yeah, just hearing somebody out. I like that.
You know, and it's like, I feel like in terms of like, and I hate to make this a race thing, but like, you know, people of color tend to be a little bit more family oriented, you know, and they're not so much in the like American ways of doing things, you know, and like for us, like we were born here, like, you know, and I don't know if you were born in America.
I was,
So like, you know what I mean? Like we're Americans, and we're
first gen.
Yeah, first
yeah,
gen.
you know, we're a part of it and everything, but at the same time, it's like we are trying to like pass on that information to you know, the next generation, and we're trying to you know, let people know like, hey, it's okay to care about people
100%.
and take care of people, especially your own people, bro. Because like at the end of the day, if we're not taking care of our own people, like who the fuck is?
Yeah,
you know, like
yeah, you're right, man.
You know, so but again, I think that it's a cultural difference, and that's a great quality that you have. You know, in terms of just like making sure that, you know, we're all copacetic and we're all just, you know, we're all here for the same reasons. Like I'm here to leave the place in a better condition than when I came into it.
100%,
you know?
yeah.
But yeah, man, that's in a little bit of a deep conversation.
Yeah. We
you
go
know?
down the rabbit hole.
Yeah. You know, but that's like something that's easy for, you know, to kind of be able to discuss and understand. And, you know, it's a dark world out there, you know, and without the right help and proper, you know, time, it's a little bit, you know, difficult.
Absolutely.
But perfect, man. Again, we, you know, with anything that you have coming out soon, or, you know, any videos, podcasts,
any special shout outs?
Yeah, any shout outs?
Sure, man. Shout out to the homie Chief Smoke, holla at Chagualo, through the Hood Figaz label, and anybody listening, you know what I mean? All the support that I get from people, you know, Anna, you know, definitely all those people that keep up with me, I appreciate them like to the heart, because I know that at the end of the day, they don't have to do that, but they do. So from the bottom of my heart, thank you. Appreciate it.
Appreciate that, man.
Love
so
that.
As we like to kind of get towards the end of our podcast, we like to do a hot questions with hotter answers.
Okay.
So some stuff might be a little controversial, but like, you know, feel free to just kind of shoot, you know, how you feel or whatever.
Am I being time?
Kind of ish. We want the responses to be like as fast as possible.
Yeah.
It's a little quick response type of situation. Number one, what are 3 things you cannot live without?
Loyalty, trust, and hard work.
Shit.
Loyalty,
All right.
trust, and hard
He's
work.
the first person that answered this question with no items.
Ding, ding, ding.
Like,
Ding, ding, ding.
That covers everything.
That was hard.
That was a great answer.
Yeah,
that was a
that
great
was.
answer.
It's the qualities of people that I look into, you know?
If you didn't fall in love with this man with that question, I swear to God, you better become a fan.
Like, you're gonna be judged on not by the materialistic things, but the characteristics. So,
Absolutely,
yeah.
man.
Exactly, man. Exactly. Cool. Second question here. This one's a little bit different. What is your drink of choice if you were to go out, or, you know, whatever?
Modelo.
Or like, what's on your rider? Let's go.
It's always Modelo time, bro.
Modelo, yeah, brother. Always Modelo time.
I love that, man. You know what? He's the person at the party. Cartoon's the one that he opens up a bottle with anything. Huh?
Yo, my wallet, my keys.
Bro, that's a real ass thing. Like, I swear to God, like, you know, you find people where it's like, man, like, just culturally, or
you got a bottle open? No, I don't got one.
You know?
It's good, bro.
Don't worry, let me figure it out.
Yeah, don't worry, I got you. Like,
Or
I'm
edge of the table.
man, you know, whatever you need to do, you know. Fuck, bro. Cool. What is your favorite food dish? If you had to eat one thing for the rest of your life, or like, you know, right before you pass away, God forbid, knock on wood, what is something that, you know, you can
Tacos, bro.
Bro, we were just talking about that. We want to get tacos after this. We're like, bro, tacos undefeated.
Yeah,
It's undefeated. Like it's
can't go wrong.
so simple.
Yeah, you can't
you
go
know?
wrong.
Like
Just a very, very, very quick tangent. Tell us about like Tex-Mex versus like LA, like Southern California Mexican food.
I will tell you, I live 5 minutes from the border, so the Mexican food.
Okay,
it's a little different.
so what, like you being so close to the border, that wouldn't be considered Tex-Mex, right? It
No.
would just be like just straight
Yeah,
authentic
straight
bomb
authentic,
Mexican
yeah,
food.
like I mean
There we go.
tamaulipas, you know what I
There we
mean?
go.
There, so
There we go.
Yeah.
There we go.
but Cali still has it, like the burritos.
I was gonna say, have you been up to Northern California?
No, not. I mean,
Never been to San Francisco?
Modesto's been the northern I've ever.
Okay.
Oh,
If you come to San Francisco, please contact one of us.
yeah.
We need to get you
They'll take you out.
a San Francisco like burrito.
I gotta go see a Giants game.
Man, oh,
Even though I'm not a Giants
Hey,
fan.
hey.
Even though I'm not a Giants fan.
who are you a fan
Come
of?
on,
who,
brother.
Who are you a fan of?
Your worst rival, the
Oh,
Dodgers.
Come
Yeah.
on.
Die hard,
Hey, AP,
baby.
get him out of here.
Die hard.
Get him out of here. Get him out of here.
Die hard.
Oh, but you do have to come. I promise you, our stadium, Giant Stadium, is one of the most beautiful stadiums in the whole country.
I would love to go.
MLB.
If you could time out any time of the season to do
Please
a,
let
to
us
do a
know.
Dodger Giants game,
Yeah,
I would
please-
love to see that.
Please let
Yeah.
us know. We would love to take you out and show you around and all that
Absolutely.
kind of stuff. Again,
Yeah. Please tap in with them.
hospitality is a real
Thank
thing
you
in,
guys.
in,
I
in the Bay
appreciate it,
Area.
man. Thank you so
you know.
much.
But yeah, we got to get you a Giants game. If there wasn't a height requirement, I would love to send you down the Coca-Cola slide over in left field, with the glove and everything.
Yep.
Um,
You know.
But yeah, man, there's Giants game, beautiful thing.
It's gonna happen.
We gotta get you up for sure.
Absolutely.
We
Let
gotta
me
get you up, man. Cool. We already we answered that one. In terms of using the restroom, do you crumple or do you fold your toilet paper?
I fold, bro. I gotta take care of like my resources.
That's
man.
what I was saying, bro.
Bro, let me tell you this. I was deployed to Afghanistan, man, and every sheet counted, brother.
Bro,
because you are waiting.
Yeah.
You are waiting on a care
You just
package.
never know.
Like 2 months, maybe.
Like
you
who
never
knows
know.
when the fuck it'll come?
Yeah.
Fucking hell, man.
There was a time where I was resorting. I was like, man, I'm gonna have to use my socks one of these damn days.
Like
bro.
you're gonna have to figure it out.
Yeah, I'm gonna
You
have
just
to
gotta
figure
figure
it
it
out.
out, man. Oh my god.
Resourcefulness and efficiency.
Fold,
Yeah.
Name of the game. Name of the
Yeah.
game.
And yeah, last question here. I'll ask you one more question. Being out and being deployed and everything like that, or even just being in training and being away from your family and kind of stuff like that. What is the one thing that you miss? Kind of when you're out or when you're out on work and stuff like that.
Time from family, man.
Time for family.
Yeah, that valuable time. The clock is always ticking, man. We're not permanent here.
No.
So you know what I mean. The last thing.
Time is the most valuable thing on
Yeah,
this.
absolutely.
Yeah, that
in
you
this
can't
world.
buy more
Yeah.
of.
The last thing you want to do, man, is live in regret. You know what I mean?
100%,
And
for sure.
that's one thing that sticks to me. So I never hold a grudge. I never hold anything against anybody because you never know when tomorrow might be the last day,
Yeah.
brother. You gotta enjoy time to the fullest, man. That's
Exactly.
why I had to talk to I had to talk with my wife not this morning, but a couple days ago, and we were talking about money, and I said, I don't. It's not that I'm rich. I'm not rich. Hell, no. I wish I was. You know what I mean?
Hey man,
all
it's
get it.
coming.
It's all
It's
good.
coming.
But
You know.
you know what I mean. People stay stuck on like valuable items. Like the flex, all this shit. Yeah, it's nice to have it. Don't get me wrong. I like to have my fun. But at the end of the day, like when you get put in a box, man, you ain't taking none of that
Yeah,
shit with you, bro.
Exactly, bro.
Nothing, bro. You know what I mean?
You
That
gotta
money's
live
gonna
it.
come and go, regardless of what you do. If you're working, the money's gonna come. You know what I
Exactly,
mean?
bro.
Like it's better to build those friendships. Take a hold of that time, that valuable time with family because they're not always here. You know what I mean? And shout out to my parents because I love them. You know what I mean?
Exactly, bro.
One love for sure, bro.
There's one thing you take away from this podcast. Love your fucking family. Spend time with your family. Time is the only thing you can buy more of. So man,
Focus on the things that really matter and make you whole.
take
and
advantage,
make you the person
man,
that you are.
Take advantage. Well, thank you, Cartoon.
No, thank you guys.
Thank you for being
having
on the
me, man.
podcast,
Absolute
man.
pleasure having you on here.
Let us know
Great
when
to
you're in
meet
San
you.
Francisco. Shit, man.
That's
If you want
bucket
to,
list right here.
if you want to work on some music, bro, please let us know. We're super down. Obviously, we'll get some socials and everything like that connected. But please let us know, man. Again, this is the Outliers podcast brought to you by the Outliers Creative Agency.
Thank
My
you
name
for
is
tuning
Nico
in.
D.
And my name is Color Code.
And our special motherfucking guest, Cartoon over
Cartoon
here. Man.
over here.
Thank you
Hood
guys so
Figaz.
much.
You know what
We've
it
had a
is.
great time, and we will see you guys next time.
Yeah.